They say if you ever get lost near Mount Shanglong and you see a red lantern swaying in the fog, never follow it, because it only leads you to what you've been trying to forget. But that night, under a cold sky and fading GPS signal, I did. And what I found was not just a house, but a memory wrapped in silk, waiting in the form of a woman who shouldn't have known my name. They told me not to drive through the mountain road after dark. Locals called it the path of forgotten steps, where signals fade, roads vanish, and sometimes so do people. But my assignment was late, and my ego was louder than my instincts. By 10:42 p.m., I was officially lost. My phone blinked with no service. Fog rolled in like a living thing, curling around my headlights, swallowing the gravel road. And just when I was about to turn around, I saw it. A soft red glow. It floated gently, maybe 100 meters away, just beyond the trees. A lantern, swinging slowly. Too slow for the wind, too perfect for coincidence. Against my better judgment, of course, I followed. I walked, and the deeper I went, the quieter the world became. No crickets, no breeze, just my breath and the rhythmic swing of that red light. Then, like a memory slipping back into focus, I saw her. A woman stood by the lantern. She wore a flowing red pipao that shimmered in the mist. Her long black hair was tied neatly, her skin pale as porcelain, her eyes sad yet knowing. "You finally made it," she whispered. I froze. "Do I know you?" She smiled gently. "Not yet." She turned and began walking toward a house, an ancient wooden structure that seemed untouched by time. Intricately carved beams, paper windows glowing dimly, and wind chimes that moved with no wind at all. I followed her in. Inside, everything felt preserved, like walking into a memory rather than a building. The air was warm, and yet I felt goosebumps under my jacket. She poured me tea. Jasmine, strong and oddly familiar. "You used to love this," she said, not looking at me. "I'm sorry, Dewey. You came here once, a long time ago." She paused. "Maybe in a life before this one." I wanted to laugh, but something about her voice, so calm, so steady, kept me still. As I sipped the tea, fragments flashed through my mind. A garden, a laugh, her smile, her cry, a promise. But I had no such memory, or did I? She stood and walked toward a dusty piano in the corner. She played a melody, simple, elegant. It cracked something in me. "I don't know this song," I said. "You wrote it," she replied. Something inside me shattered. I put the cup down and stood. "Who are you?" She faced me fully now. Her expression wasn't ghostly. It was loving, tired, hopeful. "You once promised me you'd come back, before the flames, before the war." I shook my head. "That's not possible. Time loops for some. For others, it waits," she said, stepping closer. "I've waited." I felt my knees weaken, not from fear, but from something older, something sacred. She touched my hand, and suddenly I saw it all. The fire, the farewell, a ring dropped in the river, a vow made beneath cherry blossoms. Me, dying far away, whispering her name. I stumbled back. My breath caught in my throat. She said softly, "You found me again, but only for tonight." I blinked, and she was gone. The room was dark, the piano broken, the tea cold. I rushed outside. The lantern still swayed, but now hung from a tree with no house behind it. Just silence. I ran back to my car, engine cold, as if it had been parked for hours. When I reached town the next morning, I asked about the house, the woman. The shopkeeper's face turned pale. "You saw her? In red? That house burned down in 1942. They say she still waits for the man who left and never returned. I don't know what happened to me that night. I don't care if no one believes it. But sometimes in the quiet before I sleep, I hear that song. And I remember the woman who waited. If this story haunted your heart too, don't leave her waiting. Subscribe, hit like, and share your thoughts in the comments. There are more forgotten stories just waiting to be found.